Welcome, and thank you for joining this session from Neybor Consulting. Today, we are walking you through a precise step-by-step strategy for entering and winning contracts with the Defense Logistics Agency, one of the largest and most accessible procurement engines in the entire federal government. DLA procures over $40 billion in goods annually, has nearly 6 million national stock numbers in its catalogue, and maintains relationships with over 23,000 active vendors. The opportunity is real, it is repeatable, and with the right approach, you can win it. Let us get started. Let me give you context on the scale of this opportunity. The Defense Logistics Agency spends over $40 billion every year procuring supplies for the United States military. It manages nearly 6 million national stock numbers, individual catalog items, ranging from nuts and bolts to critical electronic components. DLA supplies 85% of all military spare parts, making it the backbone of military readiness. And crucially, DLA sources the vast majority of these goods through DIBBS, the Defense Internet Bid Board System. This is an open, online marketplace. Any registered vendor can search open solicitations and submit quotes. You do not need a security clearance, and you do not need to be a manufacturer. You need a process, a supplier network, and the discipline to execute consistently. Here is your complete roadmap. We have organized this guide into 8 clear, sequential steps. Step 1 covers the business foundation, getting registered in SAM.gov, obtaining your cage code, and setting up your DIBBS account. Step 2 helps you identify the best product categories to start with. Step 3 teaches you how to search DIBBS efficiently to find the right solicitations. Step 4 is about unlocking high-margin opportunities once you have the basics. Step 5 covers delivery and compliance, where many beginners stumble. Step 6 gives you a repeatable daily workflow. Step 7 highlights the costliest mistakes and how to avoid them. And Step 8 is your 90-day launch plan with concrete milestones. Let us work through each step together. Step 1 is your business foundation. Everything starts here, so do not skip or rush any of these 5 actions. First, register your business at SAM.gov. This is mandatory for any federal contract award. The registration process can take 7 to 10 business days, so start immediately. Once your SAM.gov registration is approved, you will automatically receive a cage code, a unique 5-character identifier that the Department of Defense uses to track your company. Next, create your account at DIBBS, DLA, MIL, which is where you will search for and respond to open solicitations. When you are set up, resist the urge to go broad. Focus on one federal supply class first, and critically, set up a tracking system from day one. Every quote you submit, every award you receive, every supplier contact, log it all. Your future success depends on the data you capture today. Step 2 is about choosing your initial product category wisely. The table on the left shows 7 federal supply classes organized by difficulty level and margin potential. The first 3, 5310 nuts and washers, 5305 screws and fasteners, and 5330 gaskets and seals, are our recommended starting points. Low difficulty means fewer sourcing challenges, less technical data complexity, and no restricted or OEM-only solicitations. Yet the margin potential is solid. Look at the chart on the right. FSC 5945, which covers relays, has the highest margin score, but it also carries medium difficulty and more compliance requirements. Save those for later. Get your first wins in the lower difficulty categories. Build your cage history and DIBBS track record, then move up the margin curve. That discipline is what separates profitable vendors from frustrated ones. Step 3 is where execution begins. DIBBS is your primary hunting ground, and how you search it determines everything. Start every session with the RFQs search function. This is where all active solicitations live. Filter by your chosen FSC code immediately. This narrows results to your category and shows you which items DLA buys repeatedly. Once you know your category well, start searching specific NSNs for items you have successfully sourced before. Always filter for small business set-asides. These are solicitations reserved specifically for small businesses, giving you a direct competitive lane. Before you quote anything, pull the prior award history for that NSN. This tells you what price DLA paid last time, how frequently they buy, and whether the item is a repeat commodity or a one-off. Finally, skip any solicitation marked as requiring restricted technical data or labeled OEM only. Those require qualifications you build over time, not where you start. Step 4 is where you move from beginner to profitable vendor. 6 high-margin product families stand out in DLA contracting. Legacy electronic components, discontinued semiconductors, and transistors can yield margins of 30 to 120% because very few vendors can source them reliably. Military spec connectors are a consistent repeat buy with solid margins. Specialty aviation hardware is a high-barrier category where limited qualified suppliers mean premium pricing. OEM restricted parts are the highest margin category, 50 to 150%, but they require navigating data rights and qualification requirements carefully. MRO spare parts offer lower margins, but very consistent recurring demand. And hard-to-find fasteners in specialty materials or sizes round out the list. The key principle here is scarcity of supply plus urgency of demand equals high margin. Build your sourcing capability around these categories once you have established your track record. Step 5, delivery and compliance, is where many first-time DLA vendors stumble. Let me walk you through each requirement clearly. Packaging and labeling must meet MIL STD 129 standards. Read the packaging section of every solicitation line by line. DLA contracts are almost always FOB destination, meaning you pay for shipping and carry risk until the item is accepted at the delivery address. Invoicing must be done through PIE, specifically the WAID-OF module. The 7 steps on the right show you exactly how. You must maintain documentation, certificate of conformance, traceability records, and test reports for every shipment. Ship early whenever possible. DLA tracks vendor delivery scores, and a strong on-time record opens doors to repeat business. Finally, verify part numbers and NSNs before every shipment. A single incorrect part triggers rejection, and repeated issues can lead to suspension. Treat compliance as a competitive advantage, not a burden. Step 6 is about building a daily discipline. DLA contracting rewards consistency above almost everything else. Your morning routine should always start with a DIBBS search. New solicitations appear daily, and early movers have a genuine advantage. As you review RFQs, flag NSNs that DLA buys repeatedly. These become your core revenue base. Before submitting any quote, source your pricing from distributors or the OEM and verify lead times. Then pull the prior award history for the NSN and price 5 to 10% below the last award to be competitive without giving away margin. Submit your quotes before the deadline, never scramble. When you win awards, execute them flawlessly. On-time delivery is your reputation, and your reputation is your competitive edge. Finally, invest in your supplier relationships. The best suppliers give you better pricing, faster lead times, and priority access during supply crunches. Call them, pay them fast, and treat them like partners. Step 7 is about protecting everything you have built. The 5 mistakes on this slide are the most common reasons first-time DLA vendors fail, and every single one is preventable. Mistake 1, bidding without confirming with your supplier. If you win an award you cannot fulfill, DLA terminates for default, and it goes on your permanent record. Mistake 2, ignoring delivery timelines. The required delivery date in every contract is not a suggestion. Know it before you quote and only bid what you can deliver. Mistake 3, incorrect packaging. Shipments that arrive with wrong labeling or non-compliant packaging are rejected at receiving. Read the packaging clauses carefully for every solicitation. Mistake 4, incomplete documentation. Missing a certificate of conformance or traceability record delays payment and can trigger rejection. Build a documentation checklist and use it on every shipment. Mistake 5, targeting complex contracts too early. OEM restricted and technical data intensive contracts require qualifications you earn over time. Win the simple ones first and build your past performance record before graduating to complex buys. Step 8 is your 90-day launch plan, a concrete, phased action plan for your first 3 months in DLA contracting. Phase 1, days 1 through 30, is pure setup and learning. You have 0 awards as a goal. Your job is to register on SAM.gov, get your cage code, create your DIBBS account, select your target FSC, research 20 or more NSNs, and build your supplier contact list. Phase 2, days 31 through 60, is active bidding. You are now submitting 5 to 10 quotes per week and tracking your results. Your goal is to win your first 2 to 5 awards in this window. Phase 3, days 61 through 90, is execution and scaling. You are delivering your first contracts flawlessly, building your past performance, and ramping quote volume to 15 to 20 per week. Your financial target by day 90 is $50,000 to $200,000 in awarded contracts. The line chart at the bottom shows the quote volume ramp, a slow build in weeks 1 through 4, then steady acceleration through week 12. Consistency is the engine. Before we close, let me crystallize the 5 principles that separate successful DLA vendors from those who struggle. First, start simple, scale smart. The beginner FSCs are not boring, they are strategic. Win there first, then move up the margin curve. Second, source before you quote. Your profit margin is determined in the seconds before you submit a quote. Confirm pricing and availability every single time. Third, compliance is your moat. Vendors who deliver on spec, on time, with complete documentation become preferred suppliers. DLA contracting officers remember who makes their lives easy. Fourth, process beats luck. The vendors earning 6 figures a year in DLA contracting have a systematic daily routine, and they execute it every single day. Systematize everything. Fifth, think long-term. Your cage code history, your past performance record, and your supplier relationships compound in value over time. Start building on day 1. Thank you for investing your time in this session from Neybor Consulting. You now have the complete 8-step framework for entering and winning in DLA contracting. But knowing the framework and executing it are 2 different things. If you want personalized guidance, help choosing your FSC, setting up your DIBBS process, building your supplier network, or preparing your first winning quote, our team is ready to work with you one-on-one. Visit Neybor Consulting. Come to book your free consultation. We specialize in helping small businesses build profitable, scalable federal contracting operations. The door is open. Let us build your DLA business together.